Okay, it's question time again. I really enjoy hearing the things people wonder about because it's sometimes surprising to me. What's fun is having to think about things you mostly just take for granted or are just normal for you, and then come up with a why for them. Anyway, keep asking. First question is, does Bruderhof encourage any personal individual time with God or retreats, etc.? So I had to think about this a bit because I wish sometimes that I took more time to be alone or in quiet. Sometimes the busyness of everyday life can become all-consuming, and that can be really detrimental to your inner life. The approach I have taken now is that, now that I have a family, is that I use the early morning hours to read and be quiet and get focused. The point is, you kind of have to make time for yourself. There aren't any formal times of quiet or prayer like in other religious communities. I know a lot of people who just like to go into the woods or be quiet in nature, like here at the Mount, go and sit by the river. Okay, next question is, how do you, or do you at all, welcome newcomers or recruit families? Is it just for those born into the Bruderhof? We absolutely welcome newcomers. We wish we had more. Life would be very boring if it was just people born into the Bruderhof. I mean, ooh. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. But we definitely don't recruit. While I personally believe this way of sharing everything and being there for one another is meant for everyone and not just certain special people, you have to be convinced for yourself, and I would never try and persuade you. So next question is, do you get holidays or time off? Yes, we do. Not necessarily vacation like most people think of it, but we're not working the whole time by a long shot. Near the community where I live, there's a really sweet little house by the side of the Hudson River, and families will go there for a long weekend to just spend time together. We do work the whole time. I work the whole time. I'm a mom! My gosh. Okay, I never get time off, but I love it. Okay, so the next question is, what is the theology of this community? It seems there are connections to the Anabaptist tradition of the Amish and Mennonites, but since this is a newer community, I'm curious of the theology and your tradition of worship. Well, first a caveat. I don't know much about theology, but this is what I believe. I believe the kingdom of God doesn't just exist in some far-off by and by, but it's actually reality here on earth and is made manifest by sharing everything in a community of goods, nonviolence, serving the poor. I think what we read in the Gospels is meant to be put into practice, and I believe that means we're called to be baptized as adults when we're able to freely and voluntarily confess our faith. It is not a birthright. As far as influences, the Bruderhof was and is heavily influenced by the example of the early church and is part of the Anabaptist tradition. So, yeah. I think I'm going to go take some time off now.